for Cuba. First and second, nobody out for Luis Robert Jr. Got him on the off speed, and Robert gone on strike. So the back-to-back walks, and DeBlock able to fight back without number one. Tom DeBlock would love a ground ball here. Bases loaded and one out here in the top of the first. Ground ball out to short could be the job that Tom DeBlock needed, and the 6-4-3 wraps up a first inning threat. I think it is fair to say, shockingly unsigned. Profar goes fishing and gone for out number one, and strikeout number one for Yariel Rodriguez, one of the superstars in the game of baseball. Xander Bogaerts, and a called strike three will set down Bogaerts for out number two here in the bottom of the first. So that'll bring in Sir Didi Gregorius. Swing and a tapper right side, and Rodriguez hopping off the mound does it all himself to bring us. In his pro days, we knew him as Arizbel. He is written on the lineup card for this Cuba squad as well. This ball is hammered in the air to center field. Bernardina giving it chase back to the warning track, and he'll haul it in. We're out number two in the second.
And this is going to be the story once you get in that 6th, 7th inning for the Netherlands.
Down the right field line, that's a fair ball, and that's going to be extra bases into the corner for Yadil Mujica as Guibert flying around third base is getting the wave in there, and Cuba is onto the board with the first run of the 2023 World Baseball Classic and a 1-0 lead in the second.
This ball just left out over the plate. No infielder stopping this. And that deep part into right field. Plenty of time for that base run.
Right now is at a fascinating place in his baseball life. Last year played 34 games with the Chicago Cubs. Talk about that aggressiveness, Andrelton Simmons, and that way up high, but strikeout number 3 for Rodriguez. So with 2 out and 2 on, the task now falls to Chadwick Trump. Got a great pitch on 2-2 from Yariel Rodriguez. His day may be coming to a close in two pretty 2017 and 2018, he got MVP votes in the American League. An OPS of 796. Also played with the Phils in 2020, but re-signed a 2-year deal after that as he flares this one out over the head of the leaping Arubarena and down and left. And it's a 2-out RBI single for Didi Gregorius, and the Netherlands has its first run of the 2023 Classic. We're all tied up.
Didi Gregorius, good piece of hitting. 2 strikes, not trying to do a whole lot. Flaring that ball into left field, tying this game up.
Jonathan Scope broke in with Baltimore back in 2013, some time with the Milwaukee Brewers in 2018, currently with the Detroit Tigers after a stint in Minnesota.
Also hearing the guys just hearing just the noise the ball made, how explosive it was, and watching him do his thing in the major leagues was fascinating.
You know, I was going to say tough play left side. No play is a tough play for Xander Bogaerts, and that's the second out of the 5th inning. Great stretch over there at first by Gregorius as well.
Yeah, and then you have the natural shortstop over there at first base with the stretch. It'll be the bread and butter for these pitchers from the Netherlands. Get that weak contact. It's going to get gobbled up all day, especially that left side of the infield. Stay up the middle, get that runner in from scoring position.
Shift restrictions for Major League Baseball in 2023 do not apply here in the Classic, so we will see shifting like we would have seen last year as Makata flies out in foul territory to Simmons, and that will end the Cuba threat here. Here is Josh Palacios with 2 men aboard for the Netherlands. You know, this Netherlands squad has got to be feeling a little bit frustrated with the hit total that they put on the board compared to Cuba, and not as though it's egregious, but they've got 4 of the 5 hits in this game. Cuba only has the RBI double. That one foul tipped into the glove, and Nick Lentz asking for help to see if that one skipped into the glove of Lorenzo Quintana. Quintana frustrated, but that'll go as a foul at the dish.
This is a really good changeup with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Oh, looked like got maybe inside the glove. We're going to do it all over again. Big moment right here in this game. 1-1 here in the 6th.
Man, Lorenzo Quintana he's the type of guy you want to have back there. He is fighting for every strike and every out, and the pitch is grounded up the middle, and that'll scoot on through for a base hit. Around third comes Gregorius, and the Netherlands has its first lead in the 2023 Classic. It's 2-1 in the 6th.
We talked about every pitch counting. You look at this, and you do not want that. This is just enough. We talk about some of these balls sneaking through, getting inside the foul lines. This is a situation for the Netherlands, just enough to break this game. Chadwick Trump, you want to get this out. You do not want to turn this lineup back over to have Profar, Bernardina, and Bogaerts.
Here is sets, 1-2. Flared out to shallow center. On rushing is Robert. That'll drop in front of him in plate 2. In to score easily from third is Scope. Palacios in from second. A 2-out, 2-run single for Chadwick Trump out of the 9 spot. And the Netherlands break. So big spot for Mujica, who went down the right field line with his RBI double in the second.
in this situation.
That'll get one across for Cuba. It's an RBI ground out for Yadiel Mujica. Jonathan Scope puts him away. Cuba draws one closer, cashing in its second hit of the game for its second run, and it's 4-2 in the seventh. So the 7 and 9 hitters, the two guys coming through today for Cuba. Yoelkis Guibert reaching on one out walk in the second, coming around two batters later on Mujica's RBI double. And then a leadoff double for Guibert here in the fourth. RBI ground out for Mujica, and final out of this seventh inning off the bat. Junior, who has started his day with 3 straight Ks. Robert crushes this one into the alleyway in left center. That's extra bases, one hop off the wall. Luis Robert Jr., welcome to the Classic. His first base hit, a one-out double in the 8th.
That's just a situation you're just trying to do too much or do just a little bit more than the pitch prior to that. A big league hitter like Luis Robert Jr. will make you pay for it.
2 gone in the 8th. Brings up to catcher Angel Quintana. That one into the dirt. Tromp able to get to it. Back in behind Robert. Got him at second. What a job by Chadwick Tromp. Luis Robert is looking over to the third base dugout to try to get some help. The Willemstad Curaçao native will try to close out win number 1 for the Netherlands.
Listen, this guy, you talk about a guy who is in a situation right now. This is a huge game. The two favorites, Cuba, Netherlands, coming into this. The pitching has been outstanding. I said this is the one question mark. What are you going to see from these guys?
Crazy thing is this Cuba offense has been largely held at bay. Bouncing ball back up the middle, snared at short. Bogarts the 360, and the Netherlands opens things up with a day 1 win.
And that day 1 win, you mentioned how important it is. All smiles in the dugout, on the field. Your confidence, your energy just goes through the roof. Anchored by that man right there, Xander Bogaerts.
What a start in this 2023 World Baseball Classic, and we are just getting started.